The ratings are in for this past weekend's edition of AEW Collision and are much more positive after not going up against WWE Premium Live Event competition. A big star is set to return to SmackDown on Friday. We'll let you know who that is. Tony Khan opens up on Ric Flair's deal with AEW, revealing that actually Woo Energy are paying AEW to bring Ric Flair in. An update on Kazuchika Okada's contract with New Japan Pro Wrestling expiring and why Dave Meltzer thinks the story is overplayed. Will Ospreay has been revealed to be booked for an upcoming TNA wrestling show, and WWE is getting out of the home video business. Hey guys, welcome back to Wrestling News 365. Hope everyone is doing very well. As always, there are plenty of news stories to get into in the world of professional wrestling. Let's start off talking about the ratings for AEW Collision this past Saturday, and some decent news, I suppose, for AEW's live Saturday night primetime wrestling show. Now, November will not be a month that AEW looks back fondly on when it comes to the viewership for AEW Collision. Thanks to preemptions and competition from both sports and WWE, the Saturday show suffered through the toughest month of its short existence so far, including drawing the lowest number in the history of the program 2 weeks ago. Now heading into the last month of the year, with college football winding down and fewer WWE events to contend with on Saturday, many in AEW are hoping for Collision to rebound. Fortunately, that's what the show did this past Saturday night. WrestleNomics is reporting that last weekend's episode of Collision drew 451,000 total viewers and a 0.14 rating in the all-too-important 18 to 49 demographic. While the numbers are still a ways away from the highs Collision did during the summer and early fall, Saturday's show was up from the previous week across the board, with 42% in total viewers from last week's 317,000 and up 56% in the 18 to 49 from last week's 0.09. Saturday represented Collision's best total viewership number since October 28 and the best 18 to 49 number since October 21st. The quarter hours for Collision show, the key to the episode's success was steady viewership, with the show never dipping below 400,000 viewers or a 0.13 in the 18 to 49. The high point of the show for total viewers would occur in quarter hour 2 when the conclusion of the Continental Classic match between Brody King and Claudio Castagnoli, a Jon Moxley promo, and Abaddon vs. Kira Hogan drew 492,000. The 0.15 rating in the 18 to 49 tied for the high point with quarter hours 4, 5, 6, and 8 for the demo's high point. What are your thoughts on the ratings for AEW Collision? What are your thoughts on the number in question this time around? And what do you think the numbers are going to look like when it comes to the end of the year as we head into January as well? Let me know your thoughts about that too in the comments section below. Now, spoilers ahead. If you don't wish to be spoiled, you can skip ahead because we're going to talk about a star that is set to return this coming Friday night on SmackDown. We'll give you 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Spoiler alert once again. That is because AJ Styles is set to return Friday night on SmackDown, according to the latest reports. Now, this week's SmackDown promises to be a star-studded show, with Randy Orton now an official member of the Blue Brand, while CM Punk will be making his first SmackDown appearance in 9 years. However, it appears that another former WWE champion is also expected to turn up, as AJ Styles is set to return to television on Friday, according to Dave Meltzer on the latest episode of Wrestling Observer Radio. Styles was originally supposed to be back on television a couple of weeks ago, but those plans ended up being scrapped. However, Styles is now back in the mix, with the veteran star returning just in time to kickstart the road to WrestleMania. The Phenomenal One has been out of action since the beginning of September after he was written off WWE television being attacked backstage. That took him out of a Fastlane tag team match where he was originally set to team with John Cena, eventually being replaced by LA Knight to face off against the Bloodline. Solo Sikoa and Jimmy Uso were the men responsible for his attack, therefore Styles could end up being plugged back into that storyline working against the Bloodline, but that is currently unknown. Roman Reigns currently doesn't have an opponent for the upcoming Royal Rumble, and while Randy Orton has been discussed for that role, the creative team is also considering other ideas, possibly opening the door for Styles. It remains to be seen if Styles' return will also lead to the Good Brothers coming back to television, which could help with the numbers game against the Bloodline. However, Luke Gallows has been on the sidelines after getting his knee scoped, so it will likely depend on his recovery, but it is expected that if Styles comes back, the Good Brothers will come back with him as the OC faction in WWE. Let me know your thoughts about that as well. Now, so much controversy and talk about Ric Flair in AEW, and Tony Khan has opened up on actually that AEW aren't paying for Ric Flair, more that Woo Energy is paying AEW to feature Ric Flair. Now, nearly 3 years ago to the day, Sting made his dramatic debut for All Elite Wrestling. A week later, he confirmed that he had signed a full-time contract with the promotion and has stayed as an active performer for them ever since. Not long after making his presence known in the upstart promotion, he was paired with Darby Allin, and the two have had countless tag team matches since then. As it stands, the Icon has never had a one-on-one match inside of an AEW ring. Now, that may change as Sting is approaching his final match ever at AEW Revolution next March, and he currently has his old friend Ric Flair by his side for the ride. Flair drew headlines over the past week for a controversial comment during the AEW Rampage taping last Wednesday following Dynamite. During a promo, Flair invited all the women between 18 and 28 without husbands or boyfriends to meet him in his hotel room after the show. It's the kind of line he was known for during his heyday, but takes on a different meaning at this time in his life, particularly in 2023, after he was credibly accused of sexual assault by a flight attendant that was aboard the infamous plane ride from hell, an incident that was documented in the 2021 Dark Side of the Ring documentary, which prevented Flair from coming into AEW at the time. Ric Flair has denied the allegation. Now, in an interview with the New York Post, AEW President Tony Khan commented on the company's relationship with the Nature Boy and clarified how the two-time WWE Hall of Famer is being compensated. Here's what Tony Khan had to say about it. He said, quote, "We're not paying Ric Flair. Ric Flair is essentially paying us. We're getting paid by Woo Energy for all of his appearances, so we're collecting revenue from them." Now, Khan pointed out that Sting has yet to lose a match in AEW, and that it will be interesting to see if that is the case when the retirement match comes. At this time, no final opponent has been announced. So what are your thoughts on Tony Khan's comments about Ric Flair? What are your thoughts on actually the revelation that AEW aren't paying Ric Flair, rather Woo Energy is paying AEW to feature Flair? What are your thoughts on that? Do you think that's good business, bad business? Let me know your thoughts, as always, in the comment section below. Now, a big story yesterday was about Kazuchika Okada. Reports started swirling yesterday that Kazuchika Okada's contract with New Japan Pro Wrestling is set to expire at the end of January 2024. And although speculation has been building, Okada could now end up signing with WWE or AEW, the situation with the deal is, quote, overplayed in some ways, according to the Wrestling Observer Radio. This is certainly really interesting stuff. There is definitely interest from WWE in bringing in Okada, and that the promotion feels there is a better chance of getting him now than ever before. However, it was noted that every wrestler's contract with New Japan expires at the end of January each year. Recent details indicate that Okada's appearance for AEW back in October was in order for him to get a feel of the promotion and see how Tony Khan's company operates in case he had interest in joining. The Rainmaker wrestled on the October 25 episode of AEW Dynamite, teaming with Orange Cassidy against members of the Blackpool Combat Club. Additionally, word making the rounds is that Shawn Michaels, WWE's Vice President of Development Creative, feels that Okada would find it easy to adapt to the WWE style should he ever decide to make the leap. WWE's recent focus on pushing Shinsuke Nakamura may even be because the organization's interest in bringing in Okada. Nakamura and Okada are close friends. So what are your thoughts on what Meltzer is saying? Do you think the story is overplayed in the sense that every New Japan wrestler's contract expires at the end of January and this is nothing out of the realm of normality, or is there something more to this story? Let me know your thoughts about it. And where do you expect Okada to land? In WWE, in AEW? Do you think he'll stay with New Japan Pro Wrestling? If he were to make the trip over to the United States and sign with a North American company, who do you think it would be? Let me know your thoughts, as always, in the comment section below. Now, one New Japan star that's going to AEW is Will Ospreay, and only 2 months remain before Will Ospreay's time in New Japan Pro Wrestling comes to an end, giving way to the aerial assassin joining AEW full-time for the road to Revolution. In the meantime, however, there's still some unfinished business for Ospreay to attend to, which includes fulfilling a personal goal. On social media, Impact Wrestling, soon to be known as TNA Wrestling again, announced that Ospreay would be competing at the promotion's upcoming Snake Eyes event on January 14 in Las Vegas, Nevada. Snake Eyes will take place one day after Impact rebrands as TNA at their Hard to Kill pay-per-view, making the taping the second event under the revitalized TNA banner. While Ospreay competed for Impact several times in October, including defeating Speedball Mike Bailey at Bound for Glory and defeating Josh Alexander at an Impact Wrestling taping, Snake Eyes would represent the first time he's ever wrestled under the TNA banner. Following his brief stop in Impact, Ospreay praised the promotion's decision to rebrand as TNA and even revealed that he had been inspired to become a wrestler thanks to TNA's first run in the early to mid-2000s. Though this will likely be Ospreay's last appearance in TNA for the time being, it could have potentially been the start of a long-term relationship with the promotion. Reports have emerged that Impact/TNA made a significant play for Ospreay recently, offering him a 7-figure deal. Ospreay was said to have seriously considered them as an option alongside New Japan, AEW, and WWE before ultimately signing with AEW at the Full Gear pay-per-view. And finally, some sad news if you're a fan of, physical media and traditional media, because earlier today, WWE Home Video UK announced that it will no longer release shows on DVD, VHS tape, or Blu-ray beginning at the end of 2023. Their statement noted that WWE has decided to withdraw from the home video category, and questions quickly circulated about whether this meant that there would be no more WWE releases or just in the UK or just in general. Wrestling DVD Network reported that WWE Home Video was also set to shut at the end of the year, painting a picture that, unless a change in direction was decided, the final WWE DVD ever released in the United States could be Survivor Series 2023 on December 26. A higher-up WWE source issued the following statement to House of Wrestling regarding the future of the company's home video business, saying, quote, "The home video business has long been in decline, and it will no longer be a place where the company dedicates time and resources," end quote. With that, it seems the official days of video store walls filled with WWE DVDs, VHS tapes, and Blu-rays have officially come to a close. As someone who, myself, has watched and bought plenty of DVDs and VHS tapes throughout the years, it's incredibly sad, certainly. What are your thoughts about WWE getting out of the home video market? What are your thoughts on traditional, physical media? Do you think it's dangerous that they're being taken away? What are your thoughts about this? Let me know your thoughts and reactions, as always, in the comment section below. But there you go, guys. It's the latest pro wrestling news for you. Be sure to smash a like on the like button. Be sure to subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. As always, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and I'll speak to you again very, very soon.
Hey guys, thank you for watching, listening, streaming, or however you come across this video today. Be sure to click on the video on the right there to watch our next video, or click the bottom there to subscribe, or the bottom right hand corner. Thank you very much, and I'll speak to you again very soon.